right, boys and girls, today we're going to be finishing up my Biosphere. So you can see here that this is the Biosphere we're going to be drawing. So before we do that, let's go ahead and get our notebook set up. So this is our science notebook, and you're going to write My Biosphere. At the very next page from where you were the last time we worked on science, so My Biosphere, and then you're either going to write 9/14/20 or 9/15/20, depending on which day you're doing this. Miss Fowle's class is doing this Monday while my kids are at PE, so it's 9/14/20 for Miss Fowle's class. My kids will be doing this Tuesday while hers are at PE, so that's 9/15/20. All right, so I'm going to pull this back up so you guys can see, and we want it to take up this entire space here. So you can put your bottom of your Biosphere down at the very, very bottom. And that would be this right here, and you're going to write underground. Okay, let me go ahead and push this up here so you can see where it is. See how I've got the very bottom of my paper, and it says underground, and then we're going to go from there. So let's go back to Biosphere. And you can make a very big, think of like one of those snow globes that you would see at a tourist store, where you turn it upside down and it makes water come, or the snow fly. So just listen, I'm not the best artist in the world, so don't worry if yours isn't amazing. We're just going to try to make it really good. All right, and then we've got our water here. So I'm actually going to erase this and put some waves. I don't know if those look exactly like waves, but they're fine. And this is in a dome too, so think of like SpongeBob and Patrick. You got Sandy's bubble here. Okay, and then a little bit of grass, because we gotta have some grass. Okay, so let me make this bigger for you again, so you can see that. All right, and remember that everything inside the Biosphere is separate from what's out in the real world. So this is out in our world, this is in their world. Okay, go ahead and pause this if you need some extra time. All right, so this part is fairly important. So I'm going to read this to you. It's from Mystery Science, which is where we take most of our science lessons from. So now it's time to do some investigations. During the next 6 mysteries, you will explore how living things depend on one another for their nourishment. You will use this information to support, add to, or change your Biosphere model. So this is kind of a prediction model. This is how you're starting your lesson, predicting how this is going to go. At the end of the unit, you will use your Biosphere model, this right here, to decide if a Mars ecosystem plan would successfully keep humans alive. Have fun and stay curious. Okay, so now, using that information that we had from the other day where you had to tell me what you wanted to take into the Biosphere and whether it was a plant or an animal, you're going to pick no more than 20 things that you're going to put in your Biosphere so that you can have those to eat the entire 20 days 2 years that you're in there, not 20 days. 20 or less things. Now, I'll tell you right now, 20 is a lot. Like, you would have to actually draw out or write the word for 20 things. And that might seem like, oh, why don't I just do 10 so I have less work to do? But if you only have 10, then you're only eating 10 things the entire time you're there. So you probably want to go for 20 so that you have more resources. So you're going to add things in here that you will need to survive. So for example, let me make this big so we can see it again. I'm going to go ahead and put a little fish into my bottom, what would you call it? I'm almost like an aquarium, right? So I'm going to add a fish, okay? Because I would like to have a fish. Now, let's say that you wanted to have a chicken. Well, chickens don't fly, so we're not going to put them in the air, but got to put them somewhere, right? So I'm going to go ahead and just write the word chicken, because drawing a chicken would be a little difficult for me. But the things I know I can draw, I'll put here. Chicken, I know I could put there. For example, I know that I could draw an apple tree, and let's say that I wanted to take an apple tree so that I have apples, and everyone else in there would have apples too. Okay, that's definitely something I can draw. If I'm like, oh, I can't tell if those look like apples or oranges or cherries, then go ahead and label that also. All right, so again, you're putting no more than 20 items, okay, that you would use to survive or that you would eat. And I'm going to also write, whoa. You would, my brain's moving faster than my hand, you would eat or drink to survive. All right, when you guys are done with this, feel free to add as much color as you want. Markers are not a good option. It'll definitely bleed through these really very light pages. They're very thin pages, so just colored pencils would be best. So finish this up, and then you're going to take a picture and then send it to your teacher. You also have a video that you'll need to watch. So get started on this, and I'll see you later. Bye.